all the African parents or aunties out there to let them know. Yeah, we know, bro. Like, you guys have an impact, and you guys also affect us by the things that you guys do. All the African kids I know, if they go in the bathroom or in the closet, in their auntie closet or their mom closet, they're gonna find some type of lotion or cream that turn their skin pale or white. Bleach cream, y'all know that. All the aunties that's out there, y'all know that. So at the end of the day, that just means make use. So y'all need to stop that, man, because y'all making some of us insecure. But yeah, that's enough of that. We gonna close it. We gonna close that out. You feel me? So
no, I think the acceptance of the apology is the forgiveness. Them? Yeah. Or some people accept an apology and never forgive.
Okay, because if you do forgive him,
you would accept the apology.
Because can you forgive him? And just say, like, I don't even want to hear nothing from you because I'm not gonna accept an apology. I just looked at it as like I can't do nothing about it. I don't know.
I think and let us know what you guys think in the comments below. But I think you can accept an apology once you've forgiven. But
yeah, that's
you can.
Obviously, yeah, but I'm saying
he
got beat up.
Like?
He got what he looked like?
Yeah.
He looked like he was ugly. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm saying, like, was he light skinned? Was he dark?
He was darker than us. He was darker than us.
He was darker than you guys, and then he was.
And he looked like a monkey.
He was talking about black people.
Yes, and he called us monkey, and he looked like a monkey. And I'm not even saying out of frustration. Oh Lord, he looked like a monkey. I'm not gonna cap. And he used to perm his hair, trying to put his hair.
So much evil in this world, I sit back like, why bother? But get a different view every time that I call God. It's like Numi got the Uzi, man, she always spitting facts. She be dropping bombs, make all of them double back. And then the crime raises. It's something that ain't never gonna get that. But it's cool, let's sit back and chit chat, unveiled mindset.
Let's say I'm sick, I need my medication.
CVS.
You know she gonna treat a child right?
CPS.
These bars get delivered right on time.
UPS.
No violence, but we let the K-pop.
BTS.
You know my wife shine bright like a diamond.
VVS.
You gotta be stoic. You can't be frail. If you get on the track, you can't derail. If you stick around long enough,
you will surely be unveiled.
What's poppin'? Welcome to the Unveiled Mindset show, hosted by me, Dauda Kande, and my lovely wife, Numso Kawa.
Hey guys, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. You guys are going to enjoy this discussion. We have a couple different topics that I'm really excited to talk about. And then for those of you, if this is your first time tuning in, make sure you guys hit the subscription button down below. Turn on the notification bell so that you're alerted every time we drop an episode. This is Unveiled Mindset, where we talk about enlightening and purpose-filled conversations that help nurture growth and unveil the mind.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that was a great introduction. I'm not gonna lie. You've been doing a good job. So yeah, let's keep it up.
Let's get into it.
So today we're gonna have some hot topics, some controversial topics that are gonna get you, out of your seat, maybe mad, understand, different perspective, however you want to call it, So should we get into the artist first, or should we get into the guy, the African feature? Let's do the African feature first. Okay. So we were watching a show on YouTube. It's called Pop the Balloon, and then we came across it was an Instagram post that we saw first because we used to watch that show. So I saw it was a black young lady. She went on there and she made some comments about this other African guy that's from South Sudan. And they asked her, like, why the guy is not her type, and her response was like, because she wants someone that's an African that's Americanized, and she also say that he has some strong, like, African future, right? Mm-hmm. So we kind of wanted to get into that because we felt like that's kind of offensive a little bit to some people, and I also, like, I don't want to say I don't think she tried to be disrespectful. I don't think. I think it's like an insecurity problem because she said that she like African, they're Americanized, which is, there's nothing wrong with it. That's her preference. But then she went on and say that, yo, he got like, you got strong African future. To me, that's what we draw the line. You feel me? So,
yeah.
What do you think about that?
I'm from South Sudan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm African, but honestly, I like Americanized African men. He's just a little too African. Not in any insulting way, honestly.
I'm not, if you know me. You'd be surprised.
That's acceptable.
Not at all.
So what made you say he's too African?
I think the strong facial features, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And which part of Africa are you from?
I'm half Kenyan, half Ghanaian, so I'm like East and West.
At first, I thought that where she was going with it, I thought it was going to be, oh, okay, you prefer someone to be Americanized, meaning that they're not 100% FOB. They've been here for...
What is FOB, though?
Fresh off the boat.
Okay.
They've been here for, a couple of years. So meaning that they've gotten acclimated to like the culture here, the mindset and things like that. Because it is true, like that, having the multicultural experience is a unique experience, right? So, and everyone has their, has their kind of experience with that. But I thought it was going in that direction, right? Because there's really three things. I think there's the Africans that live in the diaspora that, are born and grew up there their entire life, never been to Africa. Mm-hmm. I think there are the Africans that like partially live there on the continent and then partially lived in the diaspora. Mm-hmm. And then I think that, similarly, you have Africans that live only on the continent as well and never traveled outside. So all three of those, even though you may come from the same country, like or your parents come from the same country, I think those are three very different experiences. So because of that, I think that that's the direction that I thought she was going into, which that makes sense, right? However, that's not what she said. They asked her to specify, and she said, oh, he's not my type because he has strong African features.
Yep.
And to me, that's like, it's almost, I don't know, it's almost kind of like disrespectful in the sense of like, what are African features? So he came from like East Africa, right? And like all Africans, even if you're from the same country, and the fact that you're from different ethnic groups, you can look completely different.
Correct.
Right? So we all have our different features. And the fact that she didn't like, and mind you, she is half Kenyan and half Ghanaian. From Ghana. Yeah. So she's 100% African. Yeah. And for her to be on this show and for the other guys, she never said anything about like, pointing out their strong features or whatever, but like for on this end, she was selective. She was very much so like, yeah, no, he looks too African for me. Like from a feature, like his African features are too strong or whatever the case may be. And I think that aspect is like, that's a lot to say. Like I think like she could have definitely gone without saying that. And then what does that even mean? Like we should. Like, it's almost like, I don't know if it's an insecurity of hers. Like, I don't know if it's like, those kids when you're in high school, the ones that are like, oh yeah, I'm not from Africa. I'm from France. Yeah. I'm born in France. Meanwhile, like your parents are African. You're African. You happen to speak French. Like your parents be at the community engagement.
Yeah.
So.
I agree. I think it's, we actually watched the video, her full segment, and I don't think she was. At first, I was mad, and I don't think she was trying to be disrespectful because at the beginning she wasn't being disrespectful to anybody. She wasn't being disrespectful to anybody, but I think it's like an insecurity issue. I think it's like, yo, like I want to be cool. Like I gotta be on this side. I can be on the other side. Like you got strong African future. You like the term African booty scratcher. They make fun of us or whatever the case may be. Like that's whatever. That's cool. Like this is America. Like everybody. They make fun of everybody. Like that's what the black culture, black African Americans, that's part of their culture. They jones on each other. They make jokes, which is like we do the same thing back home too. So there's nothing wrong with that. But don't try to put somebody down so you can look like so you can try to be on the other side because you feel like this person is not cool. Like that to me, that's wrong. And I think she come from, I think it's an insecurity issue. And because like you said, she pointed out everybody, she didn't point out nobody features except when it came to the guy from South Sudan. Like, to me, I think it's like she needs to like check herself, because all the guys there rejected her. Like, everybody rejected her. You know, it's because they can feel that energy. They felt that energy, like, you know. And then you saying he got strong future, but you and the guy look identical. You got strong future too. You look like the guy in a woman's body. So at the end of the day, you can't just come and disrespect somebody, or you know, or maybe her intention wasn't try to disrespect him, but it came off disrespectful, and what she also said was disrespectful. So at the end of the day, just know who you are, know yourself, embrace yourself, embrace your culture, embrace your skin complexion, and if you're not okay with that, maybe you should go seek some therapy, I think.
Yeah, I think and now that I remember, though, she did like some of the other guys like, oh, he looks too old or whatever. So I guess she did talk about some people,
but
like,
she
but
didn't
it's
mention
different. Like,
feature.
it wasn't like, oh, you look too Spanish for me, you look too white, you look too black, you look to the African. It's like, oh, you got too, your African features are too strong or whatever the case may be. And I think like at that point, you're talking about a group of like what is people wrong with, like, you're now offending an entire continent. Like, it's okay if you barely pass by, you know, African, or if there would be like, it's almost those people that if somebody were to be like, oh wow, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl, you're pretty for an African girl, and then they would be like, oh, thank you, yeah, no,
like a backhand compliment,
but they would appreciate that. Or sometimes the ones that are like, oh, I love I don't even look African. Like, it's kind of that mentality of like, you've probably been told you don't look African and you've taken that as a compliment.
My question is like, I want to look at the camera. Like, I don't understand. What's the issue of being African? Like, why are you ashamed of being African? Every other,
it's an insecurity.
Yeah, like every other group like are proud of their own race. Like, why you so like ashamed to be African? Like, come on now. Like, we're the original people. Like, everybody, you know, technically are Africans. Like, why you mad? Like why you insecure? That's my whole issue, because I don't understand that.
Yeah,
like,
and it's fine to be insecure based on like whatever experiences you've had, but you know, try not to put your project your insecurities on other people. And try to acknowledge your insecurities and like do an effort to work on it.
Yeah, to me, like, it doesn't make any sense. I hope she learned from that. You know, it just, to me, it was just really, really sad. At the end of the day, like, I don't think she was being disrespectful. Like, we're not trying to bash her, but you know, it's like a mentality thing. You know, sometimes you could be doing something wrong without even knowing. So I think that's the issue here. So, but you know, enough said. We're just gonna move on and get into this other segment. So this one is okay. This is a Nigerian artist, I believe. Like, he doesn't sing. I think he does art. His name is Sean, and he responded to criticism over the latest work that he did. It's called The Three Yoruba Brothers. It's a painting with like three black face with like big like red lips. And people have been in his comment, been going at him. They've been dropping a bombshell in the comments. They've been with somebody said, I hope your kids suffer. They're wishing bad energy towards his kids and wife. And I believe also his wife is like mulatto. She's a lighter complexion. So people are taking offense to his art. And mind you, it was put up for auction for, I think, $9,000, whatever currency, whatever state he lives in or country he lives in that currency. And it was sold for $31,000. And then people been having an issue with that. And one thing that stood out to me, someone say that, yo, nobody had a problem until they saw that art. So what do you think about that? What's your take on that?
I feel mixed feelings about that situation. And we'll put the picture of the art and like the post down below so you guys can check it out as well. On one end, you know, that art right there is very, very close to and resembles discriminatory art that's been produced historically in the past here in the United States, right? Where it's the animalization of darker skin, African, Black, American, etc., Black people. And you almost look beastly. You look uncivilized. You know, you look like it. I mean, literally in the picture, it looks like three monkeys. And then, so to me, Like on one end, it's very like if someone that was white were to create a painting like that, we would be having a very different discussion. Yeah. Like it would be 100%, oh, this person is completely racist. The fact that the reason I'm saying indifferent is also because like I just want to take a couple steps back in terms of what I see when I see that picture. I feel like it reinforces what we have in this culture and in the world, right? It's everywhere. Asia, Africa, South America, etc. Where there's this idolization of the European standard of beauty. Mm-hmm. And with the European standard of beauty, the closer you are to that, the better off you are, the happier you are, the more opportunities you have. And so due to like slavery as well as like colonization throughout the world, I think there's this residue that just it's stuck to us. It's literally like white on rice, white on this dress right now. Like it's this thing where we can't get rid of that is colorism in all cultures. You have people bleaching themselves, and it's like this inherent self-hate. And so he may, because that picture also kind of looks like him. I'm not gonna lie. So he may have his own insecurities or whatever, his own struggles, and he may have created a piece of art, to express himself in based on his experience and whatnot in that situation. So because of that, it's like on one end you have, art is supposed to kind of be an output to help artists, express themselves. So he's very like, if that's how he kind of feels, it's, he has the right to do so. On the other end, it's not that he wrote something, or I don't know if he did or not, but to my understanding and to my knowledge at this point, he didn't write something that's like, oh, Yoruba people are monkeys or black people are monkeys or blah, 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 etc. Like explicitly say some of these things. So to me, I see what people are saying. However, like he's expressing themselves, and it could be coming from a place of pain and a place of, his insecurities. Like that's, people write music about their skeletons. In the closet.
So I agree. Just a second. I agree with what you're saying. Most of the stuff you're saying, like, it's very important, right? Like you say, it's artistry. Like if somebody's into art, they're gonna express themselves through their art, right? So like you said, but the history behind the black face and the big lips, we all know the history behind it, right? So, it's coming from somebody that look like us. Like you said, the painting looked like him. So what if it was, for instance, let's say the drawing was representing him and maybe two other brothers that he are close to him. What if the painting was a representation of him or how he felt? Or we don't know the meaning behind it, right? The picture looked distorted. I went on his page, so I looked at some artwork. They look kind of similar to this, but it's not the black face with the pink lips. I'm talking about in terms of style, it's distorted, right? They look like very like big and bubbly. So like, people are also like, my whole issue is, okay, if you're gonna do something like this, and maybe let's say unbeknownst to him, right, he didn't know that this was going to be controversial, but he was just doing it. He was just in his pure art form, and he was not thinking about the outside world, and it wasn't received well. So let's just say that's the issue, because he's responding in the chat, in the comments. I think he should come out instead of just responding to the negative comments and let people know exactly what was the reason behind the picture, right? Like if it was something that pertains to you and how you felt, or if it have a different meaning and representation, then go ahead and express that. Because someone also presented a picture, a painting that he did. It was a light-skinned kid, but the face wasn't distorted. You get what I'm saying? So they're looking at that like, okay, for the black face, you go ahead and do this. For the other one that's like kind of light-skinned and mulatto, you kind of like, didn't distort the face on that one, right? And then and people in the comments saying, then I hope your son suffer this and that. See, I don't to me, that's what people are like. People become like evil because like it's a painting. One, he's not physically hurting anybody. Maybe you're emotional about it because you probably felt like you've been through the same issue of people like talking
Triggered.
about exactly attacking you about your skin complexion or whatever the case may be. But attacking somebody's kid, like, come on now, the kid got nothing to do with this. And they're saying, oh, I said his wife at the beginning, it's his girlfriend. I just, double checked. if they say that his girlfriend is she's like fair skin, lighter skin, she's mulatto, I believe they said. So they kind of patching that together, saying that, oh, see, he doesn't like light skin, or dark skin, dark complexion girls. That's why his girlfriend is light, because he don't want that type of mindset, basically. So to me, I think they just should leave the kids out of it, just come at them directly and just let them respond and let you guys know what was the initial thought behind the painting.
Yeah. And I definitely think it's fair for people to say something about it, because like that photo is something that's very, 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 it's a triggering photo. Mm-hmm. It's a triggering, like, drawing, painting, whatever. So it's something that like has been used to like make fun of, especially here in the United States, Black people. So for a Black person to then like capitalize on that, I can see why people will have an issue about it. But to your point, then he would, if that's the case as an artist, like a responsible kind of artist, and if you care enough, that's the other thing. If you care enough, maybe it takes explaining and expressing, this right here is something that, I drew or I painted based on the experience that I felt, or a time, you know what I'm saying? Like how I feel inside, or whatever the case may be. There are still people that choose to hate someone, irrespective. Like, they're not going to listen. They're just going to choose to hate. So, but there are people who are going to like probably, listen and at least understand where he came from when he drew that. Like, and I think those people that are coming at him, a lot of them are probably thinking like, you're coming from a ridiculing
the culture,
you're ridiculing Black people. I think is what a lot of those people are saying. And because they're saying, okay, you're dating outside of your race, or whatever, your child and everything like that, and so they're kind of looking at it as an attack to the culture, an attack to Black people themselves, by another Black person. But he just needs to clarify.
No, you're right.
That's not what it necessarily means.
And the first subject and this subject kind of like goes together a little bit, because it's really like sad for like Africans that don't look at themselves as African, or are ashamed of it. Like you said, oh, like my parents are African, but I was born in France. No,
French.
Like, bro,
did you say I speak French?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, like you're African, but you're not from France. You're not from France. Like, it doesn't matter, bro. So, like, I know a guy that was like that. Like, I mean, like, it's everybody that's out there. I know every African that had this story. They had a friend that was ashamed of being African, so bad that they would talk bad about Africans just that they can fit in with the other group. Like, it doesn't make sense. And then you got the Africans that think that they're white. That don't even make any sense. Like I told you, the Black guy that called us a monkey, and he told his wife friend that that's the reason he doesn't like hanging out with us. I'm telling you, he should have never did that, because it went left, and my boy, make sure that business was taken care of. Y'all know what that mean. But
what
he got beat up.
Like?
He got what he looked like? He looked like he was ugly. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I'm saying, like, was he light skinned? Was he dark?
He was darker than us. He was darker than us.
He was darker than you guys, and then he was.
And he looked like a monkey.
He was talking about Black people.
Yes, and he called us monkey, and he looked like a monkey. And I'm not even saying out of frustration. Wallahi, billahi, tallahi, he looked like a monkey. I'm not gonna cap. And he used to perm his hair, trying to put gel on his hair. He tried to look white. Like, buddy tried to look white. It's crazy, bro.
So it's definitely like he has some deep rooted insecurities and like self-hate, and he's projecting that completely and trying to push it away so much by like even trying to disassociate himself.
The way he dressed, even with the way he talk, like the way he talk, he try to sound all quirky and like white. Like, bro, come on, man. and this the thing I used to hear. He be like, you got an accent. I'm like, do you hear your accent, bro?
Now you got an accent. He had an accent?
Thick as hell. Thick ass accent. You look talking about. I'm like, bro, cut it out. It was like, but it's like issues like that people like us run into all the time. But at the end of the day, if you African, say you African, bro. Don't be out there faking it. Try to fit in. Like, come on, bro.
People need
that don't make no sense.
Focus on like really, really, really spend the time to love yourself, love where you're from. appreciate yourself, appreciate your uniqueness, whether it's, you know, your skin color, whether it's your ethnicity, etc.
Whether you black as hell, like
even if you're not African, right? Even if like you're here, because like colorism is a huge thing.
That's a fact. It's not only in Africa.
Exactly. So
stop bleaching your skin.
And even like whether it's in the Caribbeans, but even in Asia, in Asia, like you know, like in Asia, it's a thing, and in Latin America, it's a thing. So I think it's very, very important to. And the one thing is, if you don't take care of yourself and like how you feel about yourself, and like this kind of like this internalization, when you have a family and when you have kids, it'll continue to be passed down to your kids, because like
that energy gonna trickle down to the next generation.
It is, because kids see and hear everything.
It's a learned behavior.
Like they're going to pick up things and start internalizing and not liking themselves, not liking their skin color, not liking their hair, not liking like, you know, their culture and things like that. Like you have to make it cool for you, and well, not for you, but you have to make it like, you have to try to put in the effort to really love it for you, so that you can protect your child and protect that to go down to the next generation.
And to close this case out, like I also want to let all the African parents or aunties out there to let them know, we know, bro, like you guys have an impact, and you guys also affect us by the things that you guys do. All the African kids I know, if they go in the bathroom or in the closet, in their auntie closet or their mom closet, they're gonna find some type of lotion or cream that turn their skin pale or white. Bleach cream, y'all know that. All the tanties that's out there, y'all know that. So at the end of the day, that just means they use. So y'all need to stop that, man, because y'all making some of us insecure. But yeah, that's enough of that. We gonna close it. We gonna close that out.
Sounds
you feel me?
Good.
So yes. So we're gonna get into some quick Q&A questions, and then we're gonna go and wrap it up. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. All right. The first one. If let's say it's the end of the world, right? And if you got one thing to do, you got the option to do one thing. What is that thing that you're gonna do?
Pray.
Your last day on earth?
Yep. I'm going to pray with my family.
Okay.
Yep. I will rally
try to get in heaven.
I will rally up with my family and like really spend those last hours together, and like, you know, forgive each other, you know, because there are things intentionally that like may happen that like you may not know, you know what I'm saying? Like really look back and like forgiveness and love and all of that, and reminisce and pray and be thankful for the time that we had together. But if I can get all of my immediate close family in one location and, you know, experience love with them and pray. I
would say the one, like, if I got one option, if I got one thing to do, I would, I'm not gonna lie, I would spend the rest of that, you know, time with my family too, friends and family. Because I think there's nothing more important than that, because that's all we got, and that's the most important thing to us, you know. So yeah, like I kind of agree with what you said. So pretty much that's all you can do.
Yep.
You go to a place where you're most loved and where you're, you know, most cared about. So, and that's your family and your friends, you know. So yeah, I agree with that. Oh, you're gonna like this one. Okay. What's an apology you cannot accept?
An apology
you cannot
accept.
That's a tough one.
An
apology you cannot accept.
I don't think I have one. Because I'll accept the apology. And
yeah, I'm trying to think.
Because, and honestly, this could be this right here could be a whole different, like, its own topic.
No, that's true.
But I'll give a preview. I can accept the apology. I want to accept all apologies. I think that forgiveness to me means that it's more for the person that forgives than the forgiver. And like recently, within the last couple of months, I've understood whenever people say that, like in the beginning, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't like it. Like it was something like that was interesting to say and people used to say, but I didn't really understand it or conceptualize it until it was explained. I was listening to a podcast and I was listening to, you know, a Quranic biblical kind of story. And then they were talking about forgiveness, and it's this idea of like, the other side of forgiveness is like letting go of the offense. And so for me, like if I forgive, whatever I'm offended by, that offense feeling that you feel, it's me releasing that. So I feel less offense and burden on my heart. That's not to say that we're going to be friends. That's not to say that I'm going to forget. That's not to say that we're like, forgiveness doesn't mean, okay, we're back. You know, you're still over there. I'm over here. So we don't need to
let me say this. So can you, because the question is, what's one like apology that you want to accept? Can you like forgive him and not accept the apology?
No, I think the acceptance of the apology is
you forgiving
the forgiveness. Yeah. Or some people accept an apology and never forgive.
Okay. Because if you do forgive him,
you would accept the apology.
Because can you forgive him and just say like, I don't want to hear nothing from you because I'm not going to accept an apology. I just looked at it as like, I can't do nothing about it. I don't know. Like,
I think and let us know what you guys think in the comments below. But I think a tough one. You can accept an apology once you've forgiven, but
yeah, that's obviously, yeah. But I'm saying it.
But that's the one you just said.
The what? Like, can you forgive him, but you cannot accept the apology?
Yeah, that's why I said you can accept an apology once you've forgiven. So I'm saying that I think that that's always the case. I'm saying because there's two things. It's
forgive him,
forgive the person,
and not accept
the apology, or accept the apology
and forgive him,
and then B, accept the apology
but not forgive
and not forgive the person. I think you can accept an apology and not forgive a person. That's easy, right?
You think so?
Yes. If someone's, oh, I'm sorry, okay, but every single day of their life they think about it and they hate it.
Is that accepting though?
No, you can say I accept your apology, but
no,
you
that's
didn't
what I'm saying.
forgive.
That's the word of saying yes, right? Mm-hmm. You know, you just say, okay, that's like me saying, you ask me, do you love me? I'm like, yes. Do I love you? Mm-hmm. When I know internally I don't, is that me accepting? Is that like me like being honest with it? So I'm saying if you're not honest with, if somebody give you an apology and then you accept it and you're not really inside, you're not forgiving them, are you really accepting an apology? Think about it.
Oh. When you read that, I thought you were saying like verbally someone apologizes to me and I said I accept your apology.
Well, the question didn't. The question didn't go
in your heart. You accepted the
question
apology.
didn't go like. Well, the question didn't go any further. But so I guess on a surface level we can look at, okay, verbally would you just say yes or no?
Verbally, people do it every day. People say I forgive you every day, and then, but they lose sleep about it, true. And then they have resentment towards people. They never actually forgive.
Sometimes they don't have a resentment towards people. They would just keep that resentment towards that person.
No, that's what I mean. Towards whoever did them wrong.
Or sometimes they don't even accept it. They just like, I don't even want to see, like, they won't think about it because it's, for me, it's like that. I don't think about it. Like, I just don't want to be around the person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't forgive everybody. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I forgive a lot of people, but because to me, it's certain things, like, it's some things that that a person would do to me that I would never forgive.
Okay, like, so what's your answer? Because that's the question.
Okay, that's what I'm about to give you. If somebody takes somebody away from me, like a loved one, like an accident, okay. Mm-hmm. But if you come and like commit an intentional crime and you go ahead and take someone away from me, right, that I love, I would never forgive you. I don't care what anybody said. I would never forgive you. I don't have to go and hurt you. I don't even want to be around you. I don't want to hear your apologies. I don't want to hear nothing. Like, but I'm not going to forgive you because the thing is, you can never bring that person back. If it's an accident, like you're reckless, you know, you still need to be accountable for that. Mm-hmm. But I can forgive you because I know your true intention was not to go hurt somebody. You were just being reckless, which still hurt. But if your intention is to go hurt somebody and you take them away, I would not forgive you. I would damn near want revenge. Mm-hmm. So that's what I say. But you're right. People always, you forgive him. I used to do that with my brother. I forgive him, but mad as hell. Yeah. And they be like, don't touch my book. don't touch my phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so that definitely happened. Okay. That was a good question. Okay, ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
What's your biggest fear and why? I don't know why I keep clapping today. What's your biggest fear and why?
What is my biggest fear and why? I would say the fear of not living up to my true potential.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, because I feel like if I do live up to my true potential, there's so many things that I want to do for people, for my loved ones, right? Financially. And so, and that will also allow me to have the freedom to do certain things that I want to do, and the freedom to kind of control my life in a very different way. And so I feel like if I don't reach that true potential, then it's almost like letting down, those that I want to do things for. Like I said, the family and things that I would want to do for my family. And so it's almost like letting those people down, and then also letting myself down, and letting even my future family like down as well. If I don't reach my true potential.
See, I agree. I got for me, it's two things. Like what you said, like for me, it's like my biggest fear, one of my biggest fear, this is second on the list, it's like fear of like failing, right? Not like accomplishing my true goal. Like obviously, like we always talk about there's no ceiling, but you try to do the best you can, right? At all times. So like, I think that's, for me, that's like, I'm really afraid of like failing, bro. Like, because it's like, it's the embarrassment. It's the like, I'm not worth nothing. Like, you know, you just a failure, you know? Nobody want to hear that. Like, you know? So to me, I think that's my biggest motivator, the fear of failing. The second one is the fear of losing the people I love. Now, that's the one that sweep me. That will always get me off my feet. Like, because that's one thing you can't control, and you can't bring nobody back.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the one that I fear the most.
Yeah.
And like, I lose sleep over there all the time. Like, I'll go to sleep sometimes thinking about that. And like, when you're younger, you don't think about it. But when you get older, it's like, I always tell you, like,
same.
It's like a race against time every time, right? I always tell you that. I'm like, yo, why time moving so much faster when you get older? And it's like, every day you wake up, like, not every day, but like, it's constantly a reminder in your head that, look, like, yo, something can happen any day.
At any point,
right?
Any second.
Exactly. So to me, it's like fear of losing the people I love. And I hate that. And I used to tell you, I'm like, yo, I don't want to make any more friends. I'm like, yo, sometimes I'm mad that I met some people on Clubhouse, because eventually, obviously, things are going to happen. Yep. And then you have to deal with more pain, because the more people you know, the more people you love, the more, you know, painful it could be, the more pain that's gonna come to your way, because eventually we all gonna go. Yeah. So to me, that's the first on the list for me. I cannot deal with that.
Yeah. And one thing that you said, like, it is something that, especially as you get older, and let us know if you guys feel the same as well, that like, even myself, like, you find yourself thinking about it like a lot more than you know, and then you even think to yourself, like, do other people think about this as much as I do? Exactly. You know? But yeah. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up with a quick game, because I'm about to kick her butt. So we're gonna play I thought that was the game. No, that's not the game. That was the Q&A. This is the game to wrap it up. And we're gonna get into it. This is the question game. I'm gonna ask you a question, you're gonna ask me a question, I'm gonna ask you a question, you're gonna ask me a question. You cannot repeat the same question twice. And if you do, you're out. And if you respond to my question, you're out. You ready? Okay. Let's get to the question game. Come on. All right, let's get into it. You want to go first? I'll go first. You go first. What's your name? Why are you holding the microphone like that? Why are you asking me that question? Why are you pointing? Why are you sitting like that? Why are you smiling? Why are you talking to me? Why are you looking straight? Why are you breathing? Why are you looking into that thing right now? Why are you sneezing? Why are you looking at me? Why your hair look like that? Why are you have the hood on? Why did you touch my head? Why are you touching me? No, why are you repeating? No, you said why are you touching your head? Okay.
All right, don't touch me anymore. Why you not looking at the camera?
Why are you pointing at the camera?
Why you always laughing?
Why are you always blinking?
Why you always lying?
Why do you keep staring?
Why you keep clapping?
Why you keep smiling?
Why you keep looking at my dog?
Why you keep laughing?
Why you keep dancing?
Why you keep pointing?
Why you keep scratching your leg?
Why you keep touching your leg?
Why? No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Why? No. I'm not out. No, I'm not out.
Your lips are trembling.
No, so what? Why are you ashy?
Why is your lips trembling?
Why are your hands hard?
Why you keep going like this?
Why are you wearing a white dress?
Why are you pointing with your thumb?
Why you got non-makeup on?
Why are you touching your back like that?
Why you ain't got no socks on?
Why do you have socks on?
Why you look black?
Why do you look brown?
Why you think white?
Why is your teeth white?
Why your hair is not all the way complete?
Why do you keep stuttering your sentences?
Why you not stuttering?
Why do you keep laughing?
Why you not reading your book?
Why are you out reading your exam?
Why you didn't go to the gym today?
Why didn't you work out?
Why you didn't fast today?
I did fast.
We out, baby. I
won before. No, you cheated.
Anyway, it is what it is. Unveiled Mindset. I came and kicked her butt, like I said, 1-0.
You were trembling. He was trembling.
I'm not trembling because she keep trying to poke me. That's not part of the game. Come on, that's violation. We out. Another Unveiled Mindset, a great episode. Tune in. We're going to come back with more fire, more banger episode. You know, it is what it is. I don't know why I keep clapping.
Yeah.
We're out. Bye.
Get a different view every time that I call God. It's like Numi got the Uzi, man, she always speaking facts. She be dropping bombs, make all of them double back. And then the crime raises. It's something they never gonna get that, but it's cool, let's sit back. Let's chit chat, unveiled mindset.